In this video, we're going to import an Excel file that has a password prediction on the sheet, and we're going to import it into a CSV file. So we're going to sort of follow a similar process to the previous video. We're going to select our project, test project that we've created, and we're also just going to select the first table that we entered in the last video, and we're going to just use that as a basis to create a new record. We know that the table is called test table 2. We can go to our test project folder, and under XLS, our XLS folder, we have a file called testtable2.xls. We open this file, enter in our password. You can find we've got 3 records with 3 columns, varchar columns, and the table sheet name is called testtable2. So let's take those details and put them in. So our Excel file location is going to be XLS. Our Excel file name is going to be called testtable2.xlsx, and our target file location is going to be the same as where we're going to import the file from into our database. And our sheet name is called testtable2, and our Excel password is let me in. We're going to leave everything the same, refresh the data. It's an external reference type, and we're going to have a comment delimited CSV file, and it has headers. Let's click add to that. We now want to add our columns. We know that our first column is first name. The second column is last name. And our third column is full address. So we now have our metadata created. Of course, we don't have the table created, so we're going to create the table. And there's our blank table ready to go. We're now going to go to our execution steps. Now here's where we imported the CSV file. We now want to make that the second step. So what we're going to do is we're just going to increment this by 1, and we're going to update that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take those details again, and we're going to add a step in here called convert Excel files. And here we've got convert Excel to CSV, and we're going to add that. We don't need to have our target table because it's just a pure conversion of the file. We've got all the details about that in our tables tab. We can go back here and we can just test to see that this table does get converted. So what we've have here is a button that allows us to do a test conversion. And we can just convert the files first before we, and then don't even worry about having a step here. So you have one or the other option. But we can do a test, and we're going to make sure that our Python version is installed and is recorded in this particular section here. Refer to the help file for information on how to do that. So let's convert the file, the Excel file here, and see what happens. Right, if we go now to our directory and go now back up in our test project folder to our CSV folder, we can see we have a file here. It's matching today's date and time. If we open this, it should have 3 records that came from the Excel file. So everything is looking good for that. We can now close our files. And if we go now, we can now try testing this by running the project. So everything is set to go. Execute project. This is going to do the conversion again, and it's going to import the file to the table in the database. Let's take a look. Right, so our first table would have been repopulated again, and our second table should now be populated. And you can see it is here.